Welcome to the FieldHouse.
All right, welcome to a new week post Super Bowl. Smitty, how was your Super Bowl weekend?
It's pretty good. It's pretty chill, pretty laid back.
Yeah, it was. I don't really remember like 5:30 was a good start time for that. It didn't run too late.
My problem was the Waste Management Phoenix Open going to a playoff, right when the national anthem was starting. So it was like flipping back and forth. I missed the anthem, by the way.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Actually, I did too. I was actually took a nap Sunday, and I woke up and it was about 4:45. So I went up and we went to eat, and I was at Brick Oven in Hernando. New ownership, pretty good. But they had the TVs on. Well, actually, they didn't have the TVs on the Super Bowl. They had it to something else. So we had to get the TVs on, and then they had no sound. So, and obviously I had the over for the national anthem. I'll go through my bets in a little bit, then we'll go over yours. But anyways, long story short, I was watching it, and I was like, "There's no way this is going to be under," because like I was sitting there for probably 2 or 3 minutes, and it was still going on. It felt like, and sure enough, I was checking Twitter trying to find the updates, and boom, it hit the over. So that was, I started 1-0 hot. It felt really good. And my next one was the coin tossed, and it was heads. I felt really confident. Tails was due, and it failed us. Tails failed us this past Sunday.
Tails never fails.
Yeah,
it did this time.
They did this time. Good thing for the. Did you watch the coin toss?
Yeah.
Who got to call the coin toss? I guess the Bengals.
Stafford called it.
Stafford called it.
Bengals were the home team, I'm pretty sure.
So he called tails.
Yeah.
See, I didn't get to hear it. That's what. So he did the right thing, I think. No matter what, he did the right thing. So I'll take you through mine all the way until. Yeah, I'll take you through mine real quick, just to give an update. I won my. Well, no, I lost my biggest bet of the night. My second biggest one of the night, I won. I was pumped. So I had, where are we? Over for the national anthem. Coin toss tails, I lost. My next win was the first offensive play of the game to be a run. Got that.
Mm-hmm.
That actually scared me because I thought that was a play action from as soon as he got the ball, but we're good. Then I had total field goals made in the game. I had 3.5 plus 115. I lost. I took the over.
Was it 3?
I think it was right at 3. Yes.
I was trying to count them in my head. I'm pretty sure I saw 3.
Yeah. There's a couple on here that I lost that were right
On
at
the
the half mark. Yeah, and it really upset me. My next one, margin of victory. This is the second biggest bet was the margin of victory for the Rams was 1 through 6 points for plus 275. So I won that one. Joe Burrow passing yards. I had under 276.5. That one. And then I kind of lost a little bit here. Joe Burrow carries. I had over 3.5. I think it was right. I mean, it might have been 2. That I can think of right now.
He should have had a lot of those, but he was like inches away from busting out of the line, and then we get pulled back. He was trying to run a good bit.
Oh yeah, he was, and we'll talk about that. Then I had Joe Burrow pass attempts over 36.5. He had 36. That last one, I guess they didn't. No, they must have counted the last one. So he might. Yeah, that must have been 36. Yeah, that was the 36th, I think.
Wow.
Actually, I need to go back and look at that. I might think I won that bet. No, he had 33. On the TV, it showed me 35 in the fourth quarter. So maybe that was a stat. Maybe they had to redo something. Yeah. Then I had T. Higgins receptions over 5.5. I lost that one. This is a surprising one I lost too. Was Matthew Stafford carries? I had under 2.5. So I guess he got 3. I don't remember seeing 3. And then the bad beat of the night, because I think Odell was about to have a game.
He would have been Super Bowl MVP if he would not have gotten hurt.
I had Odell Beckham over 5.5 receptions. And he was about to he was about to go off.
Yeah, he was getting his targets in.
So that stinks for him. I think a lot of people hated to see him go down. I guess ACL, that's crazy.
Same ACL he tore last time against the Bengals.
Gosh, that's crazy to see. So walk us through yours real quick, and then we'll get into some of the recap of the game.
Yeah, it'll be quick because I didn't bet nearly as much as you did. I guess starting off, opening kickoff to be a touchback. Mm-hmm. Was nervous about that one due to it being a brand new ball, and they ship it off to the Hall of Fame right after.
Yeah,
a lot of people saying it's way too stiff. But after hearing that Rock speech, like, come on, nobody's gonna kick it short. After hearing that, but yeah. Cash the opening kickoff touchback. Let's see. My biggest one was a non-quarterback to throw a touchdown.
Oh, yes.
I thought Odell would get that, but Joe Mixon, turns out he got a little halfback toss pass. It was perfect. That was like plus 1,200. I think my biggest bet was Rams -4. Obviously, that didn't hit. That may be all I took.
I forgot one of mine. I also went with the Barstool Sportsbook Over Club. My gut told me last week, and even in the episode, you hear me say the under. But I was like, you know what? Maybe it's just one of those games where we can see somebody go off. I really wanted that jacket too, but I had a little bit of hope in the first half. I was like, okay, we keep this pace, because I even texted you. I was like, I like the pace of this game. And I didn't want to jinx myself without jinxing, and I ended up jinxing myself anyway. So end of the first half started to scare me. I was like, okay, this is starting to get – nobody can get past the 50-yard line. I feel like the majority of their play, third downs, was right there at the 50, maybe a little bit 45-ish. And then the second half rolled around. I was like, okay, the over's dead. I was really upset. And then I had a little bit of hope. I stood up. Joe Burrow, 40 seconds left, 50 seconds left, about a minute left. And I was like, okay, we're going to get this tie. We're going to get the over. We're going to go into overtime. But Aaron Donald came in and pretty much shut the game, pretty much dominated the whole game when he wasn't getting double teamed. But he's a force to be reckoned with. So that was the other one I lost, was the over.
Yeah, and I was going to do the Super Bowl MVP being one of the quarterbacks. Was wrong there.
Yeah.
Dude, Cooper Kupp, this isn't a hot take. Cooper Kupp may be the best wide receiver in the game, or will ever be in the game.
So what was the awards he got this year was Offensive Player of the Year, the wide receiver Triple Crown.
Leads the league in receptions, yards, and touchdowns.
Yes, and then Super Bowl MVP, and they said the only person that did that in their career was Jerry Rice.
In his career, he did that
in his career. Yeah, that was when I first heard the stat, I was like, okay, that's good company. And then they were like, no, Jerry Rice didn't do it in one season though. He did it in his career. I was like, oh dang.
Yeah, and he was they double teamed him that last series when the Rams had to score, and it was he was the only one catching the ball.
Yeah,
still getting double teamed. It was insane.
And the whole, he got a couple throws first half. Odell going down was big because you could tell when Odell went down, they didn't have much to do. They couldn't run the ball. Cooper Kupp was getting double teamed. And then the fourth quarter, actually, I'm not even going to say the fourth quarter, that last drive, which was phenomenal by the Rams.
Yeah.
It was like playing Madden on like all Madden, and you just have to like kind of chip away. It was like watching that, but everybody knew that he had to go to Cooper Kupp. The Bengals knew that. The Rams knew that. Everyone knew that.
Still couldn't hold him.
Which the last drive, it was also funny to see that the refs decided to come
Yeah,
to the
yeah,
game.
yeah.
The last drive,
No penalties that whole game. Whole game.
I and I could be wrong here. I'll fact check myself tomorrow, and we'll tweet it out or something after the episode. But I'm pretty sure there was not a pass interference call the entire game until that last drive.
No, the only penalty that was called was that guy running on the field with his flip flops
Yeah.
to celebrate. That was the only penalty until that last couple minutes.
Yeah, and there's a couple of false starts, offsides or whatever, but it was crazy. I was like, and I feel like the refs let them play for the most part because there were a couple of plays I saw where maybe they could have called something there, and they didn't. And then some of the stuff they called that last drive, whatever. But yeah, he just had to throw it to Cooper Kupp, and Cooper Kupp had to make a play, and Cooper Kupp didn't make a play.
I'll tell you what I noticed is Jalen Ramsey isn't as great as people make him out to be.
He had 100 yards on him this game, and he hadn't had that all season. I did see that stat.
All playoffs, he got burnt.
Yeah.
Every playoff game, Mike Evans to end that game, or not to end it, but in the end of that game, just gets totally burnt. And then Jamar Chase had his way with him. It's I mean, it is tough being 1-on-1, especially when they put you on the best receivers in the league. But every time I see him, he's getting burnt.
Yeah, he didn't have a great postseason. But I did see where this was the first game I think all season that he got 100 yards on him. So I have one hot take of the entire Super Bowl. I think that Cooper Kupp had an amazing game. He had a game of the ages, but I think that Aaron Donald got cheated out of the MVP. I think all game he was a force to be reckoned with. Obviously, he was getting double teamed a lot. And then once they started kind of picking up Von Miller, whoever, he was getting back there. But, I mean, the fourth quarter, he shut it down. And he won them that game. No matter what, he won them that game. So that's my hot take. I think Aaron Donald should have been MVP. I think I said last week that whoever wins, the quarterback is going to get it. And yeah, it's in my opinion for the Rams, Aaron Donald should have got it, but it was between Aaron Donald and Cooper Kupp all the way.
Yeah, Stafford, those turnovers every game, he just has those stupid turnovers, and they should have covered if it wasn't for them dang interceptions.
Oh yeah. But that was that. But the Bengals, for them not to play so well, they could have easily won that game.
It's been like that all season, all playoffs. It's
Yeah.
like they're not playing great, but somehow they just come out and win. Props to them though. What a season.
Yeah, what a season. Mixon had 72 yards. He had a couple of he had a couple of times where when he did get the ball, it was right up the middle and he was getting 10, 12 yards. I guess we all knew what was going to happen between Aaron Donald, Von Miller, and just their rush. And it obviously came into effect. They couldn't do much. Burrow was sacked, Lord knows how many times.
It was 7.
I think it was 7. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Yep. Gosh, they just couldn't. They couldn't stop him.
I'm surprised they didn't use Joe Mixon more in the screen game.
Yeah,
they're sending all that pressure. You got to dump it off.
And there's a lot of times where he gets a split second more, and he's making a play downfield too.
Did you see the last play of the game? They took a screenshot from the back of the field. Jalen Ramsey's on his face. Jamar Chase wide open.
Yeah.
On the last play, all he was like one more second of freedom, and that game's over.
And shoot, they're 1 inch away from that. I forgot who was that, but when he just kind of tossed the ball up, that play was 1 inch away from getting made.
Oh yeah, for sure, it was right there.
That when I saw that, I was like, "Holy cow! There's no way this is about to happen." Of course, it didn't. But man, what a season! I saw some stuff on Twitter, and I heard some stuff on a couple of shows. obviously they're saying there's like this stat where if you don't win your first Super Bowl appearance, there's a chance you'll never get a Super Bowl ring or whatever. Talking about the Bengals, Joe Burrow, all them, the young team, they were like, the AFC is strong. Yes, the AFC is strong. You have Josh Allen and the Bills, who are going to hopefully figure it out one day. Then obviously you have the Chiefs. You have Patrick Mahomes and, their three-headed dragon, whatever, Andy Reid. And they brought up Herbert into the conversation. And yes, I'm not taking anything away from Herbert. I do think he's a solid young quarterback. But Herbert and the Chargers have not shown anything to be in that conversation of stopping the Bengals in the AFC. I just hate how he gets brought up in a lot of these conversations when he hasn't really shown much. But yeah, I mean, the Bengals are their defense, and that was surprising to me. I didn't realize a lot of their defensive stats coming into that game. Their defense was pretty solid all season.
Yeah. They held the Rams to 23. It's not bad.
Yeah. Not bad. You get a couple pieces there, speaking of their defense, Eli Apple, man, he was
bad for him, man. He cannot have that phone turned on at all this week.
That's on him though. He shouldn't have been outspoken about some things, but he was toast, as they say.
And it wasn't like us normal people calling him out. It was NFL players.
It was everybody.
Having their day, yeah.
No, that was funny, and I feel like he held his own into the last drive. You would say, because a touchdown, whatever, but. Man, but no, their defense solid, offense obviously missing some pieces. And
just that offensive line. You get an offensive line, they'll be back.
Maybe they'll get like a little bonus for being in the Super Bowl, and they can, maybe find somebody free agent. I get a young guy in college.
They don't spend money though.
No,
that's the thing.
They don't. They're the cheapest franchise.
Yeah.
But no, they were right there. They were. I
think a Joe Burrow with this big of a chip on his shoulder is very dangerous.
Yeah, I got a picture saved. It's Joe Burrow walking up the field
with the confetti line.
Yeah, I saved it just for.
Go ahead and put some money on MVP for next year.
Just for future reference. I had that picture. No, and see, he almost had that last play afterwards. He's walking the field. You could tell he had little tears in his eyes. It was kind of sad.
Dude, I thought he ripped his knee up again.
Oh, I did
too.
He
was screaming on the ground.
Yeah. I saw a video afterwards. He looked like he was walking fine. So maybe nothing too bad.
Walked out of the stadium like nothing happened.
Yeah. So hopefully, nothing to worry about. But no, he got rolled up bad. So did Matt Stafford. The slow-mo that his foot or ankle getting rolled up on. It was like my foot would have snapped in half probably. That was gruesome too. I was like, oh God. But he finished. But all in all, a pretty good Super Bowl. I thought the game had its boring moments, 3 and outs, but I thought overall it was a pretty good game.
Yeah, it wasn't a blowout. It came down to the last couple minutes. That's all you really want.
Yeah. We had a chance at overtime right there too. We're probably 25, 30 yards away. McPherson coming in.
I would have loved to see McPherson hit a game time, send it to overtime kick.
I would too, especially him staying at halftime watching the halftime show. That was funny.
He tied Adam Vinatieri's record for most postseason field goals.
Really?
In a season. Yeah, he tied it. He said before the postseason started, that's the record he wanted to break. He just needed one more.
There you go. Yeah, he went 2 for 2. 3 field goals made. Gosh.
That's surprising though.
And looking at the score, you're like, oh, that was a field goal game. No, it wasn't. Also, I forgot that Matt Gay missed, he didn't miss an extra point. I guess the holder messed
snap,
up or something. Yeah, the snap messed up. So there's that 1 point.
Yeah, there's a cover.
Yeah, that's crazy. But no, all in all, great Super Bowl. I'm not a big West Coast person. I've never been to the West Coast, as I'll say that. I have my LA hat on just to support tonight. But man, what a scene in LA! Brand new stadium. The stars are out. You could tell everybody in that stadium is pretty much a celebrity because that's all who can probably afford those tickets.
I'll tell you, tell you a prop I hit. I put money down on the Super Bowl MVP to mention team first in their speech over God, fans.
Yeah, I did see that
owner.
prop.
Yeah, I hit on that one. Cooper Kupp said first thing was like credit to this team. So
Yeah.
that was another one.
Also, that was the first time I think I ever heard Cooper Kupp talk. I don't, of course, us being over here in, I guess, central east side of the country, we don't see a lot of those. Well, let's be honest, who watches the press conference anyway? So I haven't really seen him talk ever, and this is the first time I heard him talk. And you know who he reminds me of? Just by looks, nothing but personality. He reminds me of a Paul brother. He could easily be a Paul brother. Until he smiles, and when he smiles, you can tell he kind of has like a, kind of a grit to him. But the beard, I can remember what his hair looks like. I'm assuming he has the side shaved and kind of a flip going on. But he reminds me of a Paul brother for some reason. But it was awesome. Was there any commercials that stood out to you? Any favorite commercial?
Stunk. They all stunk. The only one that stood out to me was the crypto.com commercial.
Yeah, that was crazy.
With it hitting the corner. That was my favorite one.
I thought the NFL commercial right before the halftime show with the two
puppets.
kids, they're playing games, and like I thought that was a funny commercial. There was a lot going on, and it kind of made me laugh. And then the Sopranos commercial for the Chevy, the electric Chevy, I thought that was pretty sweet. Our girl Meadow. But yeah,
none of them were funny though.
No, it was a lot of, metaverse
business. It was all business.
Matthew McConaughey anti-metaverse. Then you had your cars. I mean, a
lot of cars.
If you're not buying electric car stock right now after the Super Bowl, if you're not buying metaverse stock right now or crypto, whatever it is, it's the future. I did see today where the Atlanta Braves were the first MLB team in the metaverse. I said that. I don't know if you watched it.
Yeah.
But we're on the path to a futuristic world, and my Lord, we might as well be rich in it, right? Halftime show. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I thought it was really quick though.
I felt like that too. I don't hate Kendrick Lamar, and I get why he was in it, but his part was just weird to me. It was almost like a sidebar.
Yeah, a little bit.
On this, I don't know. It was odd. He sung 2 good songs though, or rapped 2 good songs. It wasn't bad, but I enjoyed it. I
would have took him out and put 50 or not 50 Cent, Ice Cube in.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, and I think it kind of the fact too. Maybe him and Dr. Dre still have beef, and then maybe he's just not what he used to be when it comes to rapping and stuff. Yeah. If it started in 22 or 23 Jump Street, go ahead. He's our guy, but I just don't know if he can lay down the track anymore.
I'll tell you what I liked most about it was the real instruments, the real piano, the real drums, the real synthesizers and all that. It wasn't ever just a recording.
Yeah,
it sounded really cool.
I also like how Dr. Dre was fake DJing it or fake producing it or something, because the stuff looked fake, and he was like up there like messing with it as if he was controlling it, but I think it was fake. I like that. I had a bet with myself that I actually said that he was going to start with Steel Dre and end with the next episode, but it was vice versa. Yeah. So, right there. But no, I thought it was awesome. I think this was the first year it showed us them getting ready to go on. And while they were doing that, we could kind of see the setup in the background.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Who was that? Oh, was it Maria Taylor?
Yeah, Maria Taylor.
Down on the field, like right behind Snoop Dogg. You just see Snoop Dogg's back right there. That was a little weird.
Because I was like, wait, they just ruined the surprise. We know what we're getting now. We're getting like a LA Compton setup, which we probably would have figured anyway, but I don't like how it showed that. I like to be surprised. I like to guess how they got all that on the field. I don't like to watch it happen.
Do you think it was one of the best or the best halftime performance? A lot of people are saying it was the best ever.
I don't know about the best ever because I hear about the Prince one. I don't remember what year that was. I don't know if I was way too young, didn't watch it, or even if alive. I think that we were alive at that point, but I heard the Prince one was really good. So I'm gonna say my lifetime. Yes, in my opinion, I enjoyed the Bruno Mars one with the Red Hot Chili Peppers, right? And I forgot what year that was.
That's my all-time favorite.
That one,
Mars.
I do like that one. Last year, as the Weekend fan, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the music of it. The whole show was kind of weird. I did like the part where he was like running the lights and the like amusement glass mirror, whatever it's called. But no, I think it was pretty good. Man, I was surprised by 50 Cent coming out. I didn't know he was supposed to be in it, or maybe I missed it. I don't know.
He was just hanging out.
Yeah, he was just hanging around. When he was upside down, he looked hefty.
He's big, dude.
No, he is. But when he got back down, I was like, okay, he's not as big as I thought he was. But he's a big fella. I was like, good God.
I ain't messing with him.
His arms were huge. I don't know if it was just, but no, I really did like it. I mean, pretty much all those songs were some of my favorite songs. Because remember, me and you went through a 90s hip hop phase in high school.
Oh, yeah. Me and Jody were sitting there waiting for the hologram of Tupac to come out and just start going at it.
I really did. I was like, there's no way they're not going to do one of Eazy-E. I thought he was going to come out. But it didn't. I was so upset. I was like, that would have been, I think if Ice Cube would have been there, they would have definitely had one with like NWA stuff, but I was upset. But no, the Tupac, I forgot about that too. But
started making me believe he's still alive. I was like, oh, he might come out.
I know. But no, all in all, great Super Bowl. All week, watching a lot of the stuff. Like, I go into a Super Bowl in LA and like having like all the week celebrations, the Super Bowl parties, the awards show, all that. I was like, that'd be really fun to go to one day if we had the credentials, but who knows if that'll happen. I feel like every celebrity has to have some type of Super Bowl party the week of, and that's all pretty much it is. What else? Gosh, dude.
What's next now? No football.
No football. We have that one league.
There's a couple.
The United Football League, and I think is XFL starting up too
next year.
Next year, we got the United Football League,
USFL.
Yeah, you have Jeff Fisher coaching. Texas A&M.
Someone just got
Arizona.
signed on that league. I can't remember who it is. Chad Kelly.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
He got picked up by somebody.
What was the Texas A&M coach? Kevin Sumlin?
Sounds familiar.
So he's coaching. Couple of coaches. New Orleans has a team. I'm trying to think of local. I think Florida, Tampa has a team. But no football. So we have what are we in? We're in February right now. In about 3 or 4 weeks, we'll start getting conference tournaments in basketball, which that's one of my favorite parts of the year. Got college baseball.
That
starts this weekend, actually.
That's good.
I do know this. You can put down a future for the NCAA baseball on
Barstool.
Yes. Because I remember last year, what's the guy's name from Barstool that's an Ole Miss fan? Kind of annoying.
I know you're talking about.
Reminds me of well, I don't want to name drop, but yes, anyways, they were saying that there's no lines for baseball usually, which surprised me because I figured they have cricket on there. Why don't they have baseball?
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully we'll see more with it being kind of popular now. I know who I'm gonna lay my future down for baseball. I'll go ahead and tell you.
What's that?
So I have some chump change in my account.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to spend it. And I was looking at the odds, and I think I'm going to go Tennessee plus 3,300.
Good Lord.
To win it all. They had it rolling last year. Good looking coach. So I think that's going to be my future. The odds are pretty decent on there because it's so early.
Yeah.
Texas is favored, I think. which, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know why. Were they in Omaha last year? I don't remember them being in there. I could be wrong though.
I think they were.
They might have been. They're usually a powerhouse, but the past couple of years, who knows what happened. But yeah, let's right now you can get live odds for basketball. Right now with my gut, Auburn is the way to go at plus 900. I think Gonzaga's favored. I don't know, man. Basketball. Our bets, or my bets, excuse me. I don't want to throw you under the bus, Smitty. 2 weeks ago were awful, so I don't want to give out anything. But Auburn to me looks to be one of the best teams right now.
Don't they have the best record?
Oh, let me go. NCAA.
They've lost 2. They almost lost to Georgia a couple of weeks ago.
Was that last year Georgia had a good team, or 2 years ago?
It was a couple years ago when we had
the guy from the guy from
he's on the
Timberwolves now. Yeah. Let's see. Auburn is 11-1. Darn. They're number 2 in the nation. Kentucky's going to lose tonight to Tennessee. That is, I have that bet down. They're missing somebody who is their best scorer, and so I'm going to go Tennessee. But right now, I'm not going to give out any picks other than maybe a future. And if you get the odds, I think Auburn's the way to go. They look pretty solid. Went pretty far last year. When do they actually start March Madness? Because it's not actually in March. It's
the last week of February.
Yeah, well, it's because usually spring break is when they do the conference tournaments. So maybe it's like mid-March, because that's usually only a week as the tournaments go. It's about a week. Yes, I'm not sure. I'll tweet some out later on this week, maybe a weekend, for a couple of games. But right now, all I'm worrying about is a future, and it's probably the odds aren't terrible. Like you can get Purdue right now at plus 1,000 pretty much, and Baylor at plus 1,200, Arizona plus 900, then Gonzaga's plus 500. But to win, let's see if I can pull up the SEC conference winners. I
can see Baylor making a run for it.
I can too. Pac-12 looks like it's pretty much locked up with Arizona. I haven't really watched much of them, but you can get Washington State at plus, you ready for this, plus 25,000. So maybe if you got like 50 cents, you want to throw it on a game.
Might as well.
But, I mean, a dollar could win you 250. Gosh, dude, can you imagine winning a plus 25,000 bet? That's insane. Let's see. Anything else from the Super Bowl? Other than it being a memorable one, the best one in a couple of years, in my opinion, between the game and the environment and just the overall experience, I think this is a pretty good Super Bowl. Oh, Smitty.
Yo.
Next year, the Waste Management Tournament and the Super Bowl are going to be on the same weekend in the same city, or the same state at least. Yeah. So, yeah, that's going to be a wild weekend.
Yeah.
We need somebody to get married next year, and that should be the bachelor trip. Arizona for Super Bowl weekend. That would be insane. So, Smitty, you're not really a traditional golf fan. How do you think? What do you think about all the festivities that happened this weekend at the golf tournament? What's your take on it?
It's not old school. It's barstool.
Okay,
that's what it is. No, I think it's great for the game because it's got everybody talking about it, and that's all you want, right?
Yeah, I was listening to what's the guy that took his shirt off, or
Harry Higgs?
Yeah, I was listening to him on Scott Van Pelt, and his story about how that all came to happen was hilarious. Whoever he was playing with, I guess Saturday, offered him $16,000 to do it, and he's like, "No, I'm not doing it." Then Sunday or whatever, I don't know who he's playing with, but
they ended up doing their shirts off.
Yeah, and then so who made the hole in one?
Sam Ryder,
and he's the one that got the beer thrown at him.
Yeah, Sunday, Carlos Ortiz got it, and they threw beer too.
Oh,
there's 2 aces.
So nobody got hit, right?
No, close. But no.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at it, the video I was watching, the cameraman kind of got like the straight shot, like eye to eye. Me and him are eye to eye, kind of. And it, obviously looked like it would take a lot to kind of get out there between, it being an empty bottle or a can or whatever the case may be. But I was like, if somebody gets hit here, it's going to be, bad.
The guy that was in his group, Sam Ryder's group, he was supposed to hit after Sam Ryder made the ace. His name's Brian Harmon, little lefty. He's like, man, if they hit me, this is going to be called the Brian Harmon Open next year. And all this stuff was pretty funny.
I believe it. I would take your money and run.
What's funny is it's the Waste Management Open, and it's like just a bunch of waste that they're managing on that. It was pretty funny.
Yeah. Waste. Yeah, it looks fun. I meant to watch some of it Saturday. Didn't get a chance to. That's one of the few tournaments I like watching. It's just a good time. I would love to go to that one year. Let's see. Big news in the NBA. Ben Simmons and James Harden trade. I haven't watched any NBA games. I don't even know who's good. Oh, I'm looking at the standings. About Miami Heat's leading the East. Who would have thought? I guess they're pretty good, aren't they? I don't know.
They're always up there.
Yeah, the Grizzlies hanging in there at third. Ja's not playing tonight against the Pelicans. CJ McCollum now plays with the Pelicans, so we'll see how that goes. Not much. I don't really get into the NBA until maybe playoffs, if that. Let's see. Anything else? Did we miss anything on Super Bowl?
Not Super Bowl.
And that's the Super Bowl. It was such a fun night. I had a good time that night. Good game, good environment. All right, I guess that's it. Let's see here. I'm going to give you two picks. Smitty. Real quick. I'm going to go NBA. Okay.
Yep.
Let's see. I had one earlier written down, but I left all my stuff at my desk. That's on me. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, here we go. Tomorrow night, so I'm not sure when this will air. Wednesday, Knicks money line against the Nets. Okay, I think they are a 7-point underdog, 6.5, depending on where you get it. Knicks money line, and then I'll give you one for Thursday too, just in case it happens. Wizards money line against the same team, the Nets. It's showing up here at 3, but I saw earlier where it was about 6. So Wizards money line Thursday night, and then Knicks money line tomorrow night. The Nets are in a weird spot. Injuries.
Trying
to figure it out. The Knicks also are kind of a fun team, young team to watch if you ever tune in. But we'll go from there. Everything? We good?
We're good. Be on the lookout for some golf picks coming up in the next couple weeks.
We'll tweet out our picks. And then if it's like a Saturday or Sunday picks, we'll post it on Instagram too, a little graphic. We'll try to get it going for y'all. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, follow us on TikTok for picks, updates, and everything. And we will see y'all next week. Peace.